It's time now for the Beer Chill Afternoon News on this Sunday afternoon, October 18th, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Your new afternoon news lines at 12:15 p.m. here. Top story at 12:15 p.m. is, if Donald Trump had been president, his immigration policy would have prevented the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001. Fort Myers, Florida. A man was underway Sunday after a shooting rampage to the zombie theme festival left one person dead, 4 wounded in pandemonium on downtown streets. Jerusalem. The mayor of New York City called on Sunday for an end to attacks by Palestine against Israel as the month-long outburst of violence continued. A woman and a teenage boy were killed in the Philippines on Sunday as Typhoon Cooper began its multi-day pattern into the region. Washington. A military strike in northwest Syria has killed the leader of a shadowy creative cell that American officials say has been plotting attacks against the United States and Europe, the Pentagon said on Sunday. Cairo. Egyptians turned out to the low numbers on Sunday to vote in the first phase of an election held by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi as a milestone in the road to democracy, but shunned by critics who say that the new chamber will rubber stamp his decisions. Up about Croatia. The latest news as migrants fleeing on war seeking a better life make their way across Europe by tens of thousands. Washington. President Obama signed an order on Sunday directing his administration to begin issuing waivers for Iran nuclear sanctions, but the waivers only go into once an effect if Iran meets its obligations under the agreement and limiting its nuclear. Berlin. A man who stopped a candidate to be Cologne mayor can be held criminally responsible for his actions and his told officials he has a background in the far-right scene, Fortity said Sunday. Sagami Bay, Japan. Japan and the United States staged a show of strength Sunday in the waters off Tokyo Bay, flushing of powerful flat-deck warships only days or weeks before the United States could likely challenge Chinese claims to the territory. Schools across U.S. find alternatives to suspended students. New York. For decades, prosecutors say Vincent Assar managed to keep his role in the villainous bomb by immortalizing the hit movie Goodfellas and From the Outside. World while others in his generation were locked up and died in gangland deaths. Police have released composite sketches of 2 suspects in a stabbing this month with U.S. Airman Spencer Stonewall up to foil a French terror attack at summer in serious condition in Sacramento. If you're planning to drive around the Antelope Valley Sunday, better check first with local authorities in California to find out which roads may still be closed to the recent flooding that Beijing. China's Premier Li Qiang has called for a continued reform of the country's financial system while admitting that the government faces significant obstacles as achieving its economic targets. Sales and trading activities to form Global Markets Union, Corpfin GTB to form Corporate and Investment Banking Unit, and Executive Committee to be abolished. Vice President Joe Biden on a visit to China. He is among many top U.S. officials paying close attention to the coming Asian behemoth and increasing the number of airlines based in the United States are making it their goal to expand travel to the Latin American and Caribbean regions. As of Friday, astronaut Scott Kelly spent more than time in the United States than anywhere American. It was his 383rd day of living in space during 4 missions according to NASA. A worker renovated the rotunda at the University of Virginia, Maryland, and inspected the discovery when he qualified a hole in the wall, part of a chemistry lab partly designed by Thomas Jefferson nearly 200 years ago, the Charlottesville said. George Miller, the NASA administrator who led the NASA's human spaceflight efforts at the first moon landing, designed the United States' first space station and Earth kit for the space shuttle passed away on Monday. Amnesty Pick Rivers, participants in the breast cancer awareness class heard about facts and services available for breast cancer detection and treatment and clarity healthcare as local facilities offer a variety of breast cancer services. And FDA-approved drug for leukemia improved cognition, motor skills, and non-motor function in patients with Parkinson's disease and Lewy body dementia in a small phase. Antioxidants are known to prevent the oxidation of other molecules and they help in neutralizing the effects of free radicals. Then, with the use of the substances themselves, damage can be prevented. Peter Chill News on 12/19. Time now for a sports reporter. The New England Patriots have a big showdown Sunday in Indy against the Indianapolis Colts tonight at 8:30 p.m. Here, the New York Mets are taking on the Chicago Cubs in the National League Championship Series with one team moving on to the World Series as the Mets have a 1 game in the lead in this best of 7 series as New York Jets, Brandon Marshall roots by Warning the Yankees had these roots for the Mets. Meanwhile, once again, Dan Murphy is Mr. October. The Mets and Matt Harvey isn't far beyond as the New York jumps out to a 1-0 lead over the Cubs in NLCS. Blake O'Neill, the Michigan punter who was about to play, led to an extraordinary final second Michigan State quarterback on Saturday, will not be faced by the criticism and social media backlash he received. According to the coach, who turned him into it. Napa, California. No complaints about his game Saturday and the prize open. He struck the ball well, made 4 birdies for a 369 and walked off Silverado with a one-shot lead going into the final round. Here, Joe Newsom, 12-20, down off of Trevor Ward. Beep. And starting off out in the Cape, where Route 6 into the westbound side, it's so from Barnesville all the way out to Route 130 in Center. Student exited on Route 6 into the westbound side here. In Sandwich, so expect some delays here. And Route 6 westbound also so after Route 130 in Center, all the way up to the Sagamore Bridge here. And out on Route 3 on the northbound side, we got an accident here after Route 44 in Plymouth. And so expect delays on Route 3 from 44 in Plymouth all the way up to Route 38 in Kingston here. Route 3 on the northbound side also so from 53 in Hanover all the way up to Derby Street in Hingham here. 95 on the northbound side, it is so from Neponset Street in Norwood all the way up to Route 128 in Canton here. Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is slow after Route 122 in Grafton. Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is slow after 290, 395 in Auburn all the way up to Charlton. And Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is slow before I-84 in Sturbridge here. Southfield Expressway on the northbound side, it's slow from Furnace Brook and Quincy all the way out to the Mass Pike to Middle Tunnel on the northbound side. It is slow from Mass Pike to the Dakin Bridge here. Mass Pike otherwise looking good from Boston all the way out to Grafton here. 120 and 93 intersection is also 495 on the southbound side, so from Hudson all the way up to Route 29 in Shrewsbury and Barber here. 95 on the southbound side, also around Hampton Tolls around Route 101. 93 on the southbound side, so after Route 293 in Manchester, New Hampshire here. 95 on the southbound side, so over the York Toll Plaza on the main turnpike here. Main turnpike and then the southbound side, so after the Falmouth Spur doing an accident on the main turnpike after the Falmouth Spur in Falmouth, Maine here. In Portland, Maine here. Falmouth Spur on the westbound side, slow before the main turnpike here. As it's a smooth sailing commute on a Sunday afternoon on the highways and byways in New England here, and 93 on the northbound side, also in Stock, New Hampshire here. Okay, let's take a look at MBTA incident alerts here. Subway system, it's looking good here. Commuter rail, looking good, and on the ferries, they are looking good. KRHL News Time, 12:23. Time now for weather report here. This afternoon, Port Skies about 45 degrees. Northwest about 9 to 13 miles an hour here. Tonight, most skies and gradually becoming clear skies about 22 degrees. Northwest about 9 miles an hour here. Monday, sunny skies about 47 degrees. West wind about 6 miles an hour here. Monday night, Port skies about 35 degrees. Southwest about 3 to 6 miles an hour here. Tuesday, Port skies about 62 degrees. Southwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour here. Tonight, most skies about 45 degrees. Wednesday, Port Sunday, most skies about 61 to about 45 degrees. Thursday, Port Sunday podcast got about 61 to about 42 degrees. Friday, Sunday, most kids got about 56 to about 38 degrees. And for Saturday, most nights got about 56 degrees. Right now, current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 12:23 p.m. 46 degrees with fair skies, humidity 27%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Afternoon News on this October 18th, 2015 on a Sunday. Peter, say have a good afternoon and good positive. See you at 5 o'clock for 5 o'clock evening report. Have a good afternoon here.